All right, so now we're getting ready to go into the second part of this learning management tutorial. And so again, after you've already registered for an account, just remember that you're going to have to go to this website, canvasinstructure.com, in order to get into this login site. So let's go ahead and log into your Canvas account. And remember to your passwords. It starts getting confusing, so you should write them down. And you're going to log in. And what you're going to see is in here, there's a couple of things that I want you to notice. One, it will have your name up here. And if I click on this, this actually allows me to go in and work on my profile. In this case, I can go profile. And this lets me decide how I want to have students contact me. So if I do edit, I can, ways to contact me. If I want to put a bio in, so forth, I can do that. But in this case, this is for messaging. So it says, let's see, manage registered services. And in this case, it'll show my email address. And then I could add additional email addresses if I wanted to, or add contact method, maybe it's through the school phone, and so forth. The other thing that you'll notice down here is you could register for different services. Let's say that I want the students to use Google Docs in the classroom. Just like you see in our Canvas site, I can have them register for that here. Over here, if I wanted Skype, and so forth, it just says click any services below to register, and then you put in your username and password. The other thing over here is notifications, and you're going to see that, say for example, I want, if students are contacting me through email, then I could put down, for example, and maybe they want due dates. It can email me to my address, reminders for weekly due dates and so forth. But here, notice, if anybody if I put an announcement in, it's going to notify me as soon as possible. Grading, invitations. Here I can even change that to different times that I want. Discussions, communications. If I want to receive a conversation message as soon as possible, or maybe you want it daily, or on a particular calendar date, you can do that. Scheduling appointments and so forth. So this notification tool is pretty helpful. The other thing we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go back up to courses right here, and you'll notice that it says my course and pilot course, and this is how we can add courses to our Canvas account. So the first thing I'm going to do is I just want to go ahead and I'm going to go home for right now. And this is what, when you log in, this is what you'll see all the time. And notice over here to the right, it says start a new course. And so right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put in, because this is going to be your flipped classroom course. So let's just say you go ahead and put a title in here of what your course name will be. Say mine's going to be science. And right here where it says private, it's going to be private. Make course publicly visible. And remember, student data will always remain private. So if you use this for grading, you won't see it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wait until after I build it, and I'll show you how we can change that in a minute. So now that I have my science course created, now you're going to recognize how this looks like our Canvas course. Up here where it says it's not published, unpublished, when you're ready to publish your course, you will push published. And remember, when it's published, it's only to those people that you have added into the course. Now, the other thing I want you to notice is down here, it says import course content, add course assignments, add students to the course. You could use this tool, but I don't want you to get familiar with that in case you don't see it. So let's just go ahead and click out of that, and we'll go over here to the left where it says settings. And on the settings, here you can edit your course details. Again, remember, right here it says it's private at this point, but let's go ahead and go into users. Now, here you can add users, and notice they can be students, observers, teachers, designers. If they're observers, for example, then they'll just be able to observe the course and they won't be able to make any changes to it. As students, They only have access to the student component of the course. So let's click on, I wanted to add students. This is where I could add the different types, students. And what I do is basically just put in their email address. And what you're going to do into your new course is you actually are going to put in this email address, which is mine, which is dscfall2012@gmail.com, so that I'm able to get access to your course. Now, notice that when you do this, you'll see the email show up this way. What it's going to do is it's going to send email to that email address. Canvas is going to, and said, you've been asked to participate in this course. As soon as I click on that email address in Canvas, in my Gmail account, then that automatically gives me access to the course. And it will ask for a password that I can sign up for. So it says, okay, this looks good. So I added one user. This is how you're going to add people to your course. Here's the current student right now. The other thing I wanted to show you was navigation. In the navigation, you can choose what you want students to see or have access to in the navigation menu. So you can see here, and all I have to do is drag them down. So home, I want announcements, I want assignments, discussions, grades, people, if I'm going to do group collaboration, pages, files, syllabus. Now, I might not use this, so outcomes I can kind of drag under here. Also, conferences, maybe I'm not going to have them do conferences. Collaboration, I may not do. So basically, you can choose whatever type of menu items you want the students to see. So I can do save. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is I want us to go ahead and start building our course. And what I want you to see is that right now, oh, and we're going to quit for this moment. Thank you.